Greetings to everyone out there in the NoDQ galaxy. Welcome to NoDQ's live recap of WWE Stomping Grounds, the pay-per-view where WWE superstars vowed to kick ass and take names. We had this pay-per-view take place from the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington. It was not a sellout crowd. The entire camera side of the arena, as a matter of fact, was completely tarped off, blocked off by curtains. However, props to Tacoma, the crowd was hot. The crowd that did show up, they were into the show, they were making noise, and they definitely added to the event. KWAI sent in the first super chat, 99 cents. Thank you for that. By the way, the NoDQ 24/7 championship is on the line right now. Darren won the championship earlier on today during Greg Cherry's live stream. So coming into tonight's stream, Darren is our reigning and defending NoDQ 24/7 champion. I actually was twice earlier today during Greg's stream. Now, anybody that sends in a $5 or greater super chat, you will be the new 24/7 champion. So keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and get started before I lose interest from new people tuning in. Paul just sent in a $5 super chat. Paul Mead. So Paul Mead is the first 24/7 champion of the evening. Congratulations to Paul. We kicked off the pay-per-view with the Cruiserweight Championship match, which was actually on the kickoff, so I shouldn't even say it was part of the pay-per-view. It was originally announced for the pay-per-view, but then it was bumped to the kickoff. I figured something was going to get bumped since WWE had not announced a kickoff match. And they always have a kickoff match, right? They have to have at least one. So I figured something would be bumped to the kickoff. And unfortunately for Noah Foster and the 205 Live crew, 205 Live did not matter. They were on the kickoff. Although I feel like it helped them because the crowd was so into this match that it helped. It really made 205 Live feel like a big deal, like it was something important because the crowd actually cared about it and they were getting into the moves and whatnot. Hamp Connell with a $5 super chat. So Hamp Connell is the new NoDQ 24/7 champion. Congratulations to Hamp. He says, $4 more for no contract signings this week. Did you hear Renee Young say that Drew put Roman's kid's mouth in his mouth? No, I did not hear that. You're going to have to get me a sound bite of that. Somebody out there can send it to me. I did not hear that personally. Corey Graves did have a couple of good digs on this show, which I believe I took note of. Hank Schrader on the shitter, I love that username, sent in a $2 super chat, says, I did not watch, I was on the shitter. Well, there you go. We're going to have to get a TV in your bathroom, Hank Schrader on the shitter. Tony H with a $2 super chat. Thank you for that, Tony. He says, no Bray equals wasted opportunity for a debut. Interesting point there, Tony. And I'll talk about the potential for a big surprise at the end of this video, if I ever get to it. We have two more title changes. Paul Mead sent in another $5 super chat, says $4.99 super chats should not count. I feel that is accurate, Paul, but I let it slide. However, if people start doing $4.98, I'm not going to count it. Shanti Cruz, or Kurz, not sure how to pronounce it. I think Kurz with a $5.55 super chat says, I am the Shanti, your new NoDQ 24/7 champion. Breathe in, Shanti. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And for those of you tuning in for the first time, we like to have fun here on these review videos. So sometimes people will send in super chats. I'll go off topic. We just like to have fun here. That's what we're all about here. So this may not be your cup of tea. So you guys can go ahead and leave your thumbs down or tune out now. We do what we do here on NoDQ Review. It's very interactive. The chat room plays a big role in this video, and that's just the way it is. Nelson Moreno with a $2 super chat says, dope indie poster. Well, thank you for that. I'm glad you guys do enjoy the set here. And Josh Mansfield with a $5 super chat says, I missed most of the world title matches because of clogged toilet. Great pay-per-view. Love the matches. Cannot wait for Ricochet versus AJ. Well, maybe Hank Schrader on the shitter clogged up your toilet, Josh. Just saying. So regarding the Cruiserweight match on the kickoff, it was a really solid match. I definitely recommend checking it out if you did not see it, which probably a good deal of you did not see that match. So make sure you guys go out of your way to watch that match. Really good stuff here. And we had a title change. I was a little surprised. We had Drew Gulak, who is now sporting a beard. I haven't seen the guy in about a year. I mean, full disclosure here, I have not been watching 205 Live. I know Noah has been preaching about it. He has been the biggest advocate of 205 Live matters, but I haven't been watching, so I had no idea he grew out his beard. He does look good with it, though. Gulak pinned Tozawa, and going into this match, Tony Nese was the champion, so now Tony Nese will be entitled to a rematch, and he has that reason to get his rematch because he wasn't actually beaten. So, this was fine. Hamp Connell with a $5 super chat. So now Hamp Connell, once again, the reigning and defending No DQ 24/7 champion. He says, I am the new No DQ 24/7 champion. I am hereby surrendering the title due to injury, but I will be back better than ever. All right, so Hamp Connell, I think that's the first time somebody has ever forfeited the title. Well, so earlier today, Darren won the title, and then maybe it wasn't today, maybe it was on Saturday, yesterday. Darren won the title and then sent in another super chat. So basically, he beat himself to win the championship. So technically, you can do that. Chase Ennis is just outraged here. He's saying shilling these is making the videos unwatchable. That's fine. I'm just here to entertain people and try to give the best review I can. It's not everybody's cup of tea. There's a million other YouTube channels out there that will play it straight. They will tell you every single detail, every spot, everything you want to know about the match. I'm not that guy. I'm just here to have fun and be entertained by interacting with the people in the chat room. Dustin with a $5 super chat. He's the new champion. Dustin Herrick says, I lost my smile, but there you go. He's got his smile back because he's the new No DQ 24/7 champion. Hold on, that smile is already gone, folks. Nelson with a $5 super chat says, now I'm on the Hall of 24/7 champions. Well, congratulations, Nelson. I'm going to have a tough time keeping track of the champions tonight. The person with the most reigns tonight, by the way, will get a special shout out, and I will also recognize the final champion of the evening. So we had a new Cruiserweight champion. The crowd gave this match a standing ovation, and I do feel like putting it in the pre-show spot helped these guys out a lot. So let's move on to the main card. We had the Raw Women's Championship, Lacey Evans, the lady, versus Becky Lynch. Something interesting here, a little bit of foreshadowing. We had Michael Cole bringing up on commentary how Becky and her boyfriend Seth Rollins both have title defenses on this show. So WWE, in case you were not aware, WWE wanted to make it clear to everybody that Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins are a couple, that they're together. Mike B with a $5 super chat says, No DQ is the best in the world at just making these videos unwatchable via super chats. I had to add that. That was just ad-libbing on my part. Mike B is too kind. He would not say that. Thank you for that, Mike B. And you were the 24/7 champion for a few minutes here, but now Dustin Herrick has come back with a $5 super chat and says, know your role, jabroni. So now the title has changed hands again. Dustin is the reigning and defending No DQ 24/7 champion. People, there's no middle ground on this. People either love this 24/7 title or they hate it. So far, I'm gaining subscribers, so it's working up to this point. Some people think I'm just being ridiculous here, but again, this is about having fun. I'm having a great time. So if I can make a living here doing this and have fun with it, I'm going to do it. because that's what life is about. It's about having fun. And yeah, you got to pay your bills. You got to make money. It is what it is. Death and taxes, as they say. You're going to die eventually, and you got to pay your taxes. So I don't want to rip off the government. I gotta pay my taxes. So I gotta earn a living. Shanti with a $5.05 super chat says, "I am your Super 24/9 No DQ champ. I am Shanti. I'll take my belt to the porta potty." Nice comment there, Shanti, and congratulations. However, no, actually, no, you're still the champ because Power Packers 90 only left $2. You have to leave a minimum of $5 to be the champ. He says, "Great WCW, or classic WCW, great undercard and main event ruins it." Well, that's a very accurate statement there, Power Packers 90, excuse me. And I will talk more about that eventually, an hour and 50 minutes from now at the rate things are going. Mike B just sent in a $5 super chat, so now Mike B is the new 24/7 champion. I don't know if this may kill the channel, guys. This may kill the channel for any newbies out there. They may just be tuning in and like, what the hell is this guy doing just shilling super chats for 50 minutes instead of reviewing the damn pay-per-view? Talk about those spots. Talk about those flips and dives. Analyze the matches. Do your job properly. I could just see the comments now. It's not even a real 24/7 title because it's not defended when the stream is over. But anyways, Mike B with a $5 super chat says, "Go buy your awesome cats something with this." Well, thank you for that, Mike B. And unfortunately for Mike B, that championship reign did not last. Oh My God Ruler with a $5 super chat says, three-time champion, I think. 4 if you count my big Thorobowski account. Wonder if Becky was stuck in traffic. Where was R-Truth? One great WWE thing, nowhere. Well, thank you for that super chat. And you were the champion, but you already lost it because now Future Shocker 16 with a $5 super chat says, "I'm rolling up the last champion to become the new champion." So via roll up, Future Shocker is the new champion. And Media One Software is review the pay-per-view, please. Won't somebody please think of the pay-per-view? All right, guys. And Chase Ennis is done. Chase is tapping out. He's out of here. He can't take any more of it. Chase has left the building. Bye-bye, Chase. It's been nice knowing you. Anyways, guys, let's review the pay-per-view. How about that? So the crowd was behind Becky Lynch, of course, chanting, "You can't wrestle" with Lacey Evans. Lacey started getting cocky and arrogant. She was slapping Becky around, trash talking. Becky made her comeback, of course. Becky got the disarmor on, and Lacey Evans immediately tapped out. Not even a little bit of time in the submission. She just gave up immediately. And Becky Lynch is still your WWE Raw Women's Championship. Josh with a $2 super chat. So he says, "Called Lacey as the referee. Tyler is mad I called it." Josh, you're jumping ahead. Don't do that. You're going off topic here. Remember the rule, guys. You got to stick on topic. But thank you for the super chat. We have 2 more title changes. Power Packers 90 with a $5 super chat says, "F it, I want the gold." Well, congratulations, Power Packers 90. You were champion for a mere 10 seconds because now Jermaine Durant with a $5 super chat says, "Pedigree on the chair to poor old Power Packers 90 says, "They made the U.S. title a big deal like it was the world title." I will get to that here soon, hopefully soon. And Noah Foster says, "Keep on topic, guys." Yeah, I mean, that's the least you can do because we're already all over the place here with the 24/7 title. This video is insane. I don't know if I'm going to have more subscribers or everybody's going to leave. I don't know what's going to happen here. This is crazy. But again, it's supposed to be entertaining and I'm having fun. So is that important? Yes or no? Got to have fun at the end of the day. And if you're making money and having fun, not everybody can do that. Future Shocker 16 with a $5 super chat says, "Russo Swerve, I'm handing over the title to me. So now I'm the new champion. I'm going to be a millionaire with this," according to him. I just might be at the rate things are going. So now I'm a 3-time champion because for those of you that missed Greg Cherry's stream, I was a 2-time champion. I paid Greg 2 $10 super chats to get 2 spins as well as win the championship. So there you go. I'm now a 3-time champion. Oh no! Oh my God, Ruler with a $5 super chat says, screw it, might as well tie the night for 4. 5 to my other account, blah, blah, blah. He says, do you feel this pay-per-view subverted expectations? I thought this pay-per-view was really solid up until the end, and I'll get to that here shortly. But yes, oh my God, Ruler, you just beat me to win the title. However, Chris, with a $5.55 super chat says, I always watch you on YouTube and never get to make it live. This is a first. I'm always working and I love your videos. Well, thank you for that, Chris. You're the new champ, by the way, so congratulations on that. Good job, my friend. So Jeremiah, this is nuts. I can't even keep up with all the title reigns here. I'm gonna have to catch up on this later. But right now, Chris is the champion. Let's move on here. So we had the New Day against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I almost said Cammy again. Back to that AJ Styles feud. Before the match, we had Paul Heyman coming out of Baron Corbin's locker room for some reason. Heyman talked about how, you know, Kofi Kingston's there, Seth Rollins is there, they're the champion. So, of course, there's an opportunity for Brock Lesnar. Will he show up? I was like, nah, probably not. And then we had Baron Corbin interviewed, said that he did, in fact, choose a referee. That referee will be competent and will call things down the middle. Famous last words. The heel's always honest when he says that. Referees that the heel picks, they always call things right down the middle, daddy. So we had Owens and Zayn versus Xavier Woods and Big E. Good match. I mean, it was very fast-paced. It started fast. Owens hit Big E with a super kick and then hit Xavier with some super kicks. Hit a senton, and this was all like within the first minute of the match. However, Xavier Woods kicked out. Blue Thunder Bomb. We had Xavier kick out again. Xavier then got hit with a frog splash by Kevin Owens and another kick out. So Xavier was made to look pretty strong in this match. Big E got the hot tag, cleaned house. It was a back and forth match once Big E finally got in there. For the longest time, it was Xavier taking a beating, but Big E got in, match went back and forth, but then Kevin Owens pinned Xavier Woods with the Kevin Owens stunner. So pretty good match here. New Day looked strong in defeat. No real complaints about it. I was entertained. Very solid match. So next up, we had Samoa Joe versus Ricochet for the United States Championship. WWE made a big deal out of this, and I would have liked this better if Samoa Joe wasn't made to look so weak over the past year or two, quite frankly. Samoa Joe, I feel like I need to stop betting on this guy when we do the predictions because Samoa Joe seems to lose like every big match with the exception of WrestleMania, which was like a 2-minute match or whatever it was. Samoa Joe always loses the big matches. He talks a big game. Samoa Joe has to maybe go down in history as one of the top guys in WWE that always talks a big game but comes up short when the big match comes. Nelson Moreno with a $2 super chat says, Kevin Owens and Sami deserve a tag team title push. I agree on that. It's too bad they're heels right now. I think Revival are the Raw Tag Team Champions, if I'm not mistaken, and Bryan and Rowan are Tag Team Champions. So, yeah, kind of a rough spot for Owens and Zayn because I think they should have been a babyface tag team, but that's just me. And now we have a brand new NoDQ 24/7 champion. Hamp Connell with a $5 super chat says, I am back, baby. That title is mine. I am the best in the world. Hamp Connell. However, that championship reign was short-lived because Message Retracted sent in a $5 super chat. So I guess Message Retracted is now the new NoDQ 24/7 champion. That has to be a first, but that's a quick one as well because now Mike B with a $5 super chat says, good for you, Aaron. Keep breaking in the dough. You deserve it. By the way, I'm giving you my title for however long it lasts. Well, thanks. I'm now a 4-time champion, but wait a minute. Ian Joplin just beat me for the 24/7 championship. Says, gives self a major wedgie to hit the stink face. Oh, no. I just took the stink face from Ian Joplin. You gotta be kidding me here. Really? So Ian Joplin is the new 24/7 champion. I just took the stink face from this guy. and now he's the champion. Lame. But anyways, back to the match. I gotta figure out who had the most reigns tonight. Maybe Noah or somebody in this chat room can help me out when we're all done. Who had the most reigns as champion? Because I've lost count now. Hemp Connell says this is more entertaining than the pay-per-view. Well, I'm glad some of you are enjoying it. I know there's probably some lurkers out there that just tuned in and they're like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and they just tune out. So, yeah, it is what it is. We're in uncharted territories here, ladies and gentlemen. This is completely different from anything I've ever done here on the NoDQ channel. I'll check the analytics afterwards. I should be able to figure out like who super chatted the most. So Samoa Joe dominated the match pretty early on. Ricochet, of course, made his big comeback. Joe got control again. It was pretty back and forth, but then Ricochet picked up the victory, beating Samoa Joe just mere weeks after Samoa Joe was handed the United States Championship back from Rey Mysterio. Poor Joe. I mean, I like the fact that Ricochet got the big celebration. And I kind of figured something was going on when Ricochet was hyped up by Michael Cole as going for his first singles championship on the main roster. I mean, Michael Cole made a really big deal out of it. The announcers were giving clues during this show. You know, Michael Cole bringing up Ricochet, going for his first title, making a big deal out of it, making a big deal out of Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Little clues here that were foreshadowing what was going to happen. Big celebration for Ricochet winning the championship. Backstage, everybody was congratulating him, all the baby faces, and then even Triple H appeared on camera to congratulate Ricochet. So, cool celebration. I wish Joe had a strong run as U.S. champion before this title change. That's my nitpicking, but good match, and I'm cool with Ricochet being champion. I wish Joe had been pushed stronger going into this, because my thought process going in was Joe had just won the title and he needs some momentum. But then again, so does Ricochet. I mean, Ricochet is one of their hottest acts right now. My God Ruler with a $5 super chat. So My God Ruler, new champion, says Green Thunder Bomb to the current champion, who I believe was the guy that gave me the stink face, Ian. Yeah, or Ian. So My God Ruler via the blue-green Thunder Bomb, whatever you want to call it. He says it's because the super chat is green. It's the green Thunder Bomb to become a five-time no DQ champion, and then he adds poor Joe. But that was a quick reign, because Mike B is once again the no DQ super chat champion. Says, I feel bad for you getting the stink face, so therefore I'm giving one more donation. Well, thank you for that, Mike B. Thank you for showing some compassion. Now I can buy some barf bags so I can not get throw up all over my place here. So thank you for that, Mike B. Mike B, 24/7 champion. And that did not last long either, because Shanti came back with a $5 super chat. Says, Shanti with the Shasta Smash is the new no DQ champion, little dudes. He is going back to TNA with the championship. Well, congratulations to Shanti on regaining the championship. Nice work there. Moving on here, back to the pay-per-view, because that's why we're all here, right? It's for the pay-per-view recap. Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan defending the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships against the Heavy Machinery. Pretty darn good match here. The crowd loved Daniel Bryan, as you would expect in Washington State. Tacoma is only about an hour, 15 minutes from Aberdeen, Washington, which is where Daniel Bryan, of course, is from. So yeah, the crowd went crazy for Daniel Bryan, and probably some of his hometown fans in attendance, considering it's not that far of a commute. I mean, really, Tacoma's the closest major city to Aberdeen. Yeah, it's definitely closer to, Aberdeen's definitely closer to Tacoma than Portland. So yeah, Aberdeen would be the closest city to, Tacoma would be the closest big somewhat big city to Aberdeen. Anyways, back to the match. Crowd loved Bryan. Crowd was chanting, "Please recycle." They were chanting, "Buy a Prius." Heavy Machinery got booed during the match. They were totally heels in Daniel Bryan country. Corey Graves, as I mentioned earlier, Corey Graves, I did catch his line about how Daniel Bryan is trying to save the planet while Otis is trying to look like the planet. Nicely done there, Corey. Nice line there. Daniel Bryan was doing his yes kicks, but Otis came back. Otis started no-selling the kicks. He started hulking up like Hulk Hogan would. Crowd was booing this heavily. Otis did the caterpillar, did all of his big stuff. We had a little sequence between Otis and Rowan going back and forth. Irresistible Force meeting the immovable object. It went back and forth, but then Bryan tagged in. He rolled up Tucker to pick up the victory. I really enjoyed the match. I thought that Heavy Machinery looked good in this match. They didn't look weak in defeat. And that's what you want to do. You want to book a match where somebody wins, but the people that don't win look strong in defeat. So you still care about them. You're still invested in them. They truly put up a solid effort. You know, I joke about the whole commentary where they bring up, you know, Baron Corbin defeated a very game Ricochet. But if the guy does look good in defeat, you know, that's not a bad thing. That's definitely a good thing, to quote DDP. And Carrie says they chanted Captain Planet. And by the way, Shanti is still the 24/7 champion. I think everybody ran out of money here. Or maybe they're just tired and want me to finish the review. I'm not sure, but Shanti, you've actually held the title for like 5 minutes now. So congratulations. I better get through this review while I have a break here. People running out of money or whatnot. So we had the SmackDown Women's Championship. For those of you still watching, we had the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley defending against Alexa Bliss. Nikki Cross was there at ringside for Alexa. And then Nikki ended up taking a bullet for Alexa. Bayley went to do a big dive. Alexa pretty much pushed Nikki into Bayley. And then we had this sequence where Alexa was going to go for Twisted Bliss. She was on the verge of perhaps winning the championship when Nikki got in the ring. She was agitated. She wanted to, I guess, attack Bayley, which would have been a DQ, but the referee stopped her. However, due to the distraction/delay, Alexa went for Twisted Bliss. However, Bayley got her knees up, hit the Bayley to Bayley to pick up the victory. And yeah, a little bit of dissension, I guess, between Alexa and Nikki, because Nikki ultimately cost Alexa the match, which I think this is what we predicted for the No DQ predictions. Got through another match, and Shanti is still the reigning and defending No DQ 24. Well, just as I say that, Chris came in with a $5.55 super chat. So now Chris is the new champion, ending a lengthy reign. Let's be real here. Shanti had a lengthy reign with the way things were going tonight. 5 minutes too long. I hope Nikki gets a good push. I have my doubts. And thank you for being on topic too, Chris. However, that's already over. Power Packers 90 with the $5 super chat. And he just hit Chris with the sweet chin music. 1, 2, 3. And new champion, the Heartbreaker Power Packers 90. Congratulations, Power Packers 90, on being the new No DQ 24/7 champion. Next up, we had the big dog, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Even though this match was predictable with the way it was going to go down, I still enjoyed it. I still thought it was well done. Roman did a great job in this match. Before the match, we had a recap of R-Truth losing the 24/7 title to Drake Maverick and then winning it back at Drake Maverick's wedding. We had AJ Styles along with Anderson and Gallows congratulate Ricochet on being the new United States champion. And then AJ said, "I'll see you tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw." So interesting turn of events here. Is AJ Styles perhaps going to turn heel and reform his faction with Anderson and Gallows to feud with Ricochet? Only time will tell, but little tease here perhaps for the future. Or maybe AJ and Ricochet will be friends for a while. Who knows? So we had Shane McMahon come out with Drew McIntyre. The other announcer, not Greg Hamilton, did Shane's intro. Reigns and McIntyre started brawling before the match even began. Roman Reigns would chase Shane around, but then got attacked by Drew McIntyre. Reigns would make a comeback. Shane would get involved again. Reigns would then hit Shane with 2 Superman punches. Roman Reigns would have the match, one with a spear, but then Shane pulled the referee out of the ring. Shane hit the coast to coast on Roman Reigns. Referee was thrown back in. However, Reigns still kicked out. Crowd started chanting for Roman Reigns. So even though I heard some boos for Roman Reigns when he came out, by the end of this match, the crowd was cheering for him. They were chanting Roman. Roman hit another spear, defeated Drew McIntyre. Good stuff here. I mean, yeah, it was predictable, but I thought it was well done. Chris came back here, ladies and gentlemen, to beat Power Packers. As I hit you with the saddest finisher, the finger poke of doom. Ouch. Sucks to be Power Packers 90 getting beat by the finger poke of doom. 1, 2, 3. Now I win. And I hope AJ does turn heel. So Chris wants to see the heel turn. Congratulations, Chris, on winning the title. However, that is already over. Sticky B with a $5 super chat says, I'm coming in hot, boy. Well, there you go. Sticky B with a little bit of sticky magic is your new NoDQ 24/7 champion. But wait, Mike B just came back, says, sledgehammer to the face of Sticky B. Well, that sledgehammer is going to be stuck to him now. However, Mike B is the champion once again. So congratulations to the new NoDQ 24/7 champion, Mike B. This has got to be the most polarizing concept in NoDQ history. I mean, I think some people are loving this and some people are just like, just do the damn review already. This is a joke. But you gotta have fun, like I said. So this was a pretty darn good pay-per-view up to this point. Like, I was going with a B up to this point. I was going to say this was one of the better WWE pay-per-views of the year. But if you follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/AaronRiff, cheap plug, I did mention on there the main events would need to deliver. So did they deliver? Well, now it's time to talk about the main events, the 2 WWE Championship matches. But before we get to that, Darren is back, who came into this stream as the champion. Actually, this might be a different Darren. Is this the same Darren or not? Darren Frazier with a $5 super chat says, one with a crap hammer, and your new 24/7 champion, Darren Frazier, says, now I'm taking this belt. AWE, by the way, thought the pay-per-view was okay. And then Shanti with a $5 super chat says, throws cat food at the current champion, which was Darren. Now attack of Aaron's cats. Going to 1897 with my NoDQ title and go hide in my 1897 outhouse. I will sling Shasta. Well, congratulations, Shanti. That was quite the process there of winning the championship and going back to 1897. But it looks like Hamp Connell went back to 1897. Zigzag out of nowhere. Hamp Connell is your new NoDQ 24/7 champion. But wait, he is handing the title over to David Arquette. So, ladies and gentlemen, David Arquette is now the NoDQ 24/7 champion. Somebody out there tweet him. Let David Arquette know that he won the NoDQ 24/7 championship on the NoDQ.com Stomping Grounds post-show stream. David Arquette, you are the champ. Congrats. But wait a minute. Sticky B with the fruit roll-up has rolled up David Arquette to win the NoDQ 24/7 championship. This has got to be the craziest video I've ever done in my life. Seriously, guys, this video is insane. So we had the WWE Championship match. We had Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler. The announcers brought up how Kofi Kingston has never won a steel cage match. So there you go, more foreshadowing from the announcer. Earlier on, we had the Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins thing. That came into play later. We had Ricochet mentioned as going for his first championship, and this was emphasized. And now we had the announcers bringing up Kofi Kingston has never won a steel cage match, ever. So, of course, Kofi wins. This match, it was good technically, but I wasn't feeling it. I was not really paying attention. I just wasn't emotionally invested in the match. Despite the good promos by Dolph Ziggler, I think it got overkill. I think it was too much. The "it should have been me" line was overdone. And I felt like it could have been more epic. Like, it was just a steel cage match, an average one at best. Like, if you compare it to other steel cage matches, what really stood out here? It was technically a good match, but I don't think anything stood out. The only thing I thought that stood out was the finish. So I'm going to talk about the finish here. I mean, you did have one point where Ziggler hit a super kick and Kofi almost went out, which just makes Ziggler look like an idiot. But whatever. I guess it's better the heel does it than the face, right? But the finish was Ziggler was on the verge of crawling out of the cage, and then Kofi literally dove over him to the outside of the ring to win the match. I thought the finish was really creative. That was the one thing that stood out about this match. Everything else, to me, was forgettable. It didn't feel like a WWE title match. It felt like an Intercontinental Championship SmackDown main event on a TV show. Just a random edition of SmackDown. We're going to have a cage match for the IC title. That's what it felt like. Didn't feel like a WWE title match on a pay-per-view. So, yeah, and, of course, lack of blood when all these guys are going into the cage, and they're not bleeding. But that's more nitpicking. I mean, Bret Hart and Owen Hart had a great cage match without bleeding. But this was not Bret Hart and Owen Hart. Not by a long shot. So, yeah, average WWE Championship match. Then we had the main event for the Universal Championship. Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin for the Universal title. And Sticky B with that fruit roll-up beating David Arquette. He's held the title for a while. He's had it for like 5 minutes now, so congrats to him. Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin. Backstage, Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon were very upset. They were interviewed about Drew's loss to Roman Reigns. Shane said that Reigns would face both him and Drew McIntyre in a handicapped match on tomorrow night's Monday Night Raw. I guess they're doing this match on Raw instead of saving it for Extreme Rules, which I believe was one of the advertised matches. But I'm glad they're just getting it over with. Please just end this. I mean, I did enjoy the match, but it's time to move on to something else. Stop using Shane in storylines and do something different. Seth Rollins came out with the steel chair. Baron Corbin said he was going to introduce the special guest referee, but then Rollins interrupted him. Rollins vowed to take out the referee. If the referee tries to pull some shenanigans, the referee is going to get the same exact fate as everybody else. And wait a minute. Oh My God Ruler with a $5 super chat says, screw it, I'll work a double shift with Uber and Lyft now. That's 4 24/7 titles I won tonight. This maybe be my last one. Good luck, next champion. Well, congratulations to Oh My God Ruler. You definitely, I think, had maybe the record tonight for the most reigns. I'm not sure. I'm going to need somebody to help me count the reigns for tonight so we can give the special shout out. Whoever had the most reigns tonight is going to get a free plug, not just on my Facebook and my Twitter, but also the NoDQ Facebook and the NoDQ Twitter. So that's 4 social media accounts. You're going to get a plug. So you can plug your Facebook, you can plug your Twitter, you can plug your own website or a friend's website. I'm going to give a free plug out to the person that did the most 5 plus super chats tonight. So we got to figure out who that person was. And I don't know who that person was because so many people did it, and I'm just completely overwhelmed. So anyways, Rollins was threatening to take out the referee. So then, swerve time, Baron Corbin brought out Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans came out as the referee, which on paper I like because it's a swerve, you know, the fact that Rollins has been beating up everybody and then Lacey comes out and Rollins isn't going to put his hands on a woman type of scenario. So I liked that. However, I feel like it was not enough to make up for what they ended up doing, which was pretty much every single heel referee match you've ever seen in your life. Shanti Cruz with a $5 super chat. So Shanti is once again the NoDQ 24/7 champion. Says, has Caitlyn as my special guest referee to pin. Now I'm going to donate my title to Caitlyn. Nobody pins Caitlyn. Now wait a minute. This must be a swerve because I don't know which Caitlyn you're talking about. You spelled Caitlyn Kaitlyn, which would be the spelling of the WWE superstar Caitlyn. So I think the title has to go to that Caitlyn and not the Caitlyn that is in the chat room. Noah Foster with a $5 super chat. So the simple man, Noah Foster, who has a t-shirt coming up very soon, which you can buy on NoDQ.com/shirts in the near future. Noah Foster, the simple man, glasses on, is the new NoDQ 24/7 champion. Congratulations to Noah, 5-time champion. But wait, Tony H has come in with a $5 super chat. Says, stunner to Noah Foster. Middle finger to Noah Stunner. Noah Foster. Middle finger and a stunner to Noah Foster. 1, 2, 3. Tony H is your new 24/7 champ. Biatch. Congratulations to Tony H. Back to the match now, which, again, every single heel referee match you've ever seen. Lacey Evans would slow count Rollins, fast count for Corbin. When Corbin got power bombed onto the announce table and was on the verge of being counted out, they were stalling. Lacey Evans then told the ring announcer to say that the match is now no count out. Corbin started using the steel chair. Lacey Evans proclaimed that the match is no disqualification. Here's one thing I don't get, and this goes back to the Attitude Era. Why do the heel referees always stop the count when the babyface kicks out? You're a heel referee, for crying out loud. Just count to 3. Even if the babyface kicks out, you're a heel, you're cheating anyways. So why do you start being fair all of a sudden by stopping the count when the babyface gets their shoulder up? I never understood that logic, but whatever. Anyways, DJ Whitey with a $20 super chat. And DJ says, yo, the champ is here with the Frankensteiner. Frankensteiner to Tony H. Sorry for going off topic, but I'm at work. What's your take on Vince now invoking a no wrestling during commercial break rule? Is this better for the talent's health in the long run? DJ, I'll talk about that after this. So I will answer that question, but I'll wait till I finish the review here and not go off topic. Just hopefully I don't forget about that. I won't forget it. But thank you, DJ. DJ Whitey's the new champion, by the way, and that's a very generous $20 super chat. So thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. So it looked like all hope was lost for poor Seth Rollins. Here's the other problem I have with this. Okay, so the crowd was chanting Becky Lynch right off the bat. I mean, pretty much everyone knew where this was going. You knew, since Becky Lynch is feuding with Lacey Evans and Seth Rollins and Becky are romantically linked, as Michael Cole kept bringing up repeatedly, you knew where this was going. You knew how this match was going to end. You knew that Becky was coming out. And I think the crowd was just waiting for Becky to come out. And they got bored, as I think most of the people watching at home. The crowd started chanting AEW, as they've done the last few shows. This is stupid, boring, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. All these chants. The crowd just didn't care because anybody with half a brain, and this includes Sid Vicious, anybody with half the brain of a normal person can figure out that Becky Lynch is going to do a run-in. So we're all just sitting here waiting for Becky Lynch to come out. Where is she? Is she taking a crap? Did she start her period? Where was she? Finally, she comes out. Her man's getting beat down and whatnot. Ooh, I don't know if I should count this. Sticky B with a $4.50 super chat. You're going to have to tack on 50 cents or $1 more for me to recognize the title change. Low blow from the back and an elbow drop, and I'm back. Well, I'm not acknowledging that super chat until it's $5, especially since DJ sent in 20. So until you add that $1, that title reign is stricken from the record books. Sticky B is not the champion yet. He needs to add that $1 for the title change to be official. But in the meantime, Oh My God Ruler with the $5 super chat says, Green Thunderbomb, baby. Wow, I spent $25 on Invisible title. Better than spending money on Angry Birds. Ha! 5-time champion tonight. Like I said, Becky equals traffic. And now, wait a minute. Sticky B just sent in the $2 super chat to say, okay, so via the low blow to Oh My God Ruler and an elbow drop, Sticky B is now, once again, your No DQ 24/7 champion. So finally, I finished this review. Finally, Becky Lynch comes out. She beats down Lacey Evans since the match is now No DQ. John Cone comes out to be the referee. Baron Corbin is pissed off because John Cone was the guy that screwed him over at the Crown Jewel pay-per-view. Seth Rollins hits the stomp, wins the match. John Cone counts down Baron Corbin. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch hug. They embrace. They have their big celebration to end the pay-per-view. So yeah, main event, wasn't a big fan of it. Baron Corbin getting that X-Pac heat, that go-away heat, whatever you want to call it. Tony H with a $2 super chat says, Becky and Seth versus Corbin and Lacey at Extreme Rules? Probably. I mean, I think that that's an obvious match for WWE to do at the next pay-per-view to keep the feuds going. So yeah, I think it's a safe bet to say we'll see that match at the next pay-per-view, or maybe they'll just give it away on Raw. Who knows? I just hope we're not going to see another Baron Corbin versus Seth Rollins one-on-one match. Just enough. Enough of the rematches, please. Let's see something different. So yeah, up until the last two matches, I was going to go with an A. I really was. I thought that this was going to be one of the surprise pay-per-views of the year. I really did. But the two main event matches I thought were very disappointing. I mean, I really wasn't that disappointed with Corbin and Rollins because I wasn't expecting much. I was expecting more out of Kofi and Dolph Ziggler. So I am downgrading it a little bit. I'm going to give it a B-. B-. It probably overall, it was better than I thought going in. So Noah Foster gives it a B-. Michael Wayne with a B. Chris Mace just says, me and Aaron agreed, so I guess he gave it a B-. Darren with a B, so the other Darren who came in as champion. Darren and his wife, I believe wife, correct me if I'm wrong. They've been very generous with their super chats. Bradley with a B-. Tony H with a B-. Oh My God Ruler with a B-. Mike Davis with a B. He's pretty generous. Caitlin gave it a B-. So pretty good ratings overall. Lots of B and B minuses. Sticky B still the champion with all these letter grades being thrown out in the chat. Calvin Bowman with an A-. So Calvin really liked it. Daniel, however, did not like it. He gave it an F. Matt Helms gave it a B+, and Mark Griffith gave it an A+. So Mark really did like this show. For him, it was the pay-per-view of the year. I'm curious to see how this show could be better. The This Guy Experience with a $5 super chat. So the This Guy Experience is the new NoDQ 24/7 champion. Says, waiting in the wakes to strike RKO out of nowhere to Sticky B. So touching the referee doesn't get you DQ. Thought no matter what, you can't touch the referee unless you lose. Well, I guess in a no DQ match, you can beat up the referee. So there you go. But anyways, the This Guy Experience, congratulations on winning the No DQ 24/7 championship. Now, to go back to DJ's question about the 2 out of 3 falls thing, I think it's dumb personally, but I guess Vince wants to try to change things up a little bit. And I guess if you're going to do that, at least it's a change. So I'll let it play out, but just my gut feeling is it's dumb, and I don't think it's necessary. I don't think we need to be seeing 2 out of 3 fall matches every week. But we'll see. Maybe it'll catch on. Just my initial feeling on it is it's putting a Band-Aid on the bigger problem. Like, there are other things you can do to make the show more interesting than say, oh, we're not going to have the matches go on during the break. We're going to start and stop matches. I mean, on one hand, it does make sense because, okay, so one issue I've always had is that matches never end during the commercial break. And if wrestling was real, you would have matches end during the break. So that's what I would do. I would actually have matches end during the break sometimes, just so people would know, hey, the match might be over during the break when you come back. Just to shake things up a little bit, make it more interesting. Just stopping the match or doing 2 out of 3 fall matches, I don't think it's necessary personally. First Snap with the $5 super chat says, RKO for the title change. B+, by the way, he says. Well, thank you for that First Snap, although that title reign did not last long because Oh My God Ruler is back with a $5 super chat. Says, going for broke, literally, 6-time champion tonight. That's it. I'm tapped. LOL. Good luck. Whoever can get to 7. Well, congratulations, Oh My God Ruler. I feel like I got to give it to him. Like, I think he's had the most, but I'm not positive. He's got to be up there at the top. And Darren with a $10 super chat says, yes, my wife, Carla, the best wife in the world. I love you, Darren. You're a great guy, but, well, I guess technically best wife in the world for now. But pretty soon she's going to have to settle for second best in the world. Just saying. But thank you for that, Darren. I do appreciate it. All right, guys. So on that note, I will finally go ahead and wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for making this like the most epic no DQ video I've ever done. Has to be a record for super chats tonight for sure. I'm not sure how this video went over with casual viewers, people that tune in for review. Hold on a minute, we're not done yet. LB with a $6 super chat says, walks out of Alexa Bliss's hotel room for the roll-up. Nice, a little bit of swagger there for the 1, 2, 3. And then he checks his phone, a text from Alexa. Sorry guys, taking the title back to the room. So it looks like LB going back to the room for round 2. And he's got the 24/7 championship. So who's going to go into the hotel room and in the middle of the climax capture the no DQ 24/7 championship? Somebody might have a minute to do it real quick. I'll see who wants to go into the hotel room and win the championship. This is like e-fetting almost. I feel like we're doing like fantasy storytelling here, and people are doing their ooh, Kayfabe Candy Ass with the savage line of the night. Too late, the climax is already done. Wow, maybe it was one thrust and it was over. I mean, it's Alexa Bliss. She's a goddess after all, so I guess any man would just not be able to handle it for very long. Nick Adams says this was great. Well, thank you for that, Nick. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I know some people are not going to like this video. I'm sure I may even lose some subscribers over this, but whatever. All right, so Tony H says, lights cigar, smacks you with a light post, smacks Alexa Bliss's ass, 1, 2, 3, walks out with the belt and smoking one. Well, there you go. Congratulations to Tony H, the new reigning and defending No DQ 24/7 champion. This video was crazy. I mean, this is one for the record books. I have never done a video like this ever. And I don't know how long this concept's going to last because people got to run out of money eventually, right? Just saying. I mean, maybe not. Maybe some of you guys out there are rich, or maybe you just like me, which I appreciate that if you do like me. And it's more liking me than having money. I appreciate that. All right, guys. So I'm going to sign off for tonight. Thank you all so much. I mean, I could theoretically just keep this going and never end it and see how long people will keep going with this. But I got to get my sleep. I am not a cyborg. I'm not the Terminator. I can't stay up all night. I'm not Ric Flair. As much as I'd like to be up all night, party hard, live that lifestyle, I'm no Ric Flair. So I got to get my beauty sleep. I'm no Vince McMahon. I cannot stay up all night and just be a workaholic. I got to get my beauty rest. Got to get back to the missus, or soon to be missus. So I got to go, guys. Well, wait a minute. This guy Experience with a $5 super chat says, did you see my meme I sent you on Twitter? He says, the chamber match meme, rock bottom to my checking account. I haven't looked at it yet, but congratulations to this guy Experience. You are the new No DQ 24/7 champion, and you are now the final No DQ 24/7 champion of the evening.